Thank you, Brian, as always. Now it is time to put on those thinking caps and play some triad trivia. There we go. It's on. Our weekly segment where we test our knowledge on a variety of topics with local trivia hosts. And joining us live now, we have Jonathan Lusk with us. Hi, Jonathan.
Hey, hope you guys are doing well today.
Hey, you too. So you host trivia at multiple places in our area through your company called Trivia Night Triad. We are ready for our first question.
All right. So your first question today is the nene is the official bird of which U.S. state?
Nene is how you pronounce it.
Yes. And I've never heard of the nene, which makes me think, Jonathan, that this is not a bird that's in the continental United States. So I went with Hawaii, and it almost sounds like a little Polynesian or Hawaiian
You're right.
in origin.
Nene.
Yeah, that's what I went with, Hawaii.
I like your guess. Can I steal it too?
Sure.
I like your guess. Hawaii, Jonathan, we're going with.
You guys are right.
Woo!
I looked it up. It's very cute, and it kind of looks like the head of a Canadian goose on a duck.
Oh, on a duck. Okay.
A little bit.
High five, Brian.
No, that was good. Good question too.
And I stole yours.
It's okay, but I've never heard of it before.
No,
so I figured
either.
it probably wasn't something that we come across very often.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Thank you, Jonathan. Question number two.
There are only 3,000 left.
No.
But anyway, yeah. Wow. Which city was the first in the world to have a subway system?
In the world. This is important here. I have a guess.
Go ahead.
Beijing.
Oh. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't consider Beijing. I was just going to go with London, the London Underground. Oh. Older city, you know, predates the United States.
That's a good guess too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the London Underground, and it opened in 1863, if you can believe that.
1863.
Wow.
Yeah, we were in the Civil War, and they were underground in trains.
Wow.
That's a funny perspective.
I'm trying to think of when trains were first a thing, you know, much less, you know, an underground train, so.
Insane.
I mean, the infrastructure of subways, I mean, it blows my mind.
Well, especially when you consider that, you know, the structure for the London Underground's been around for 160 years, you know.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a good question. All right, that's a good trick one too. What is our third question before we go to break?
All right, our third question is, which American state shares a border with Ohio, Indiana, and Wisconsin?
I'm confident that I know this one, Brian.
Okay.
You too?
You go. I think so too. I have a degree in geography, so I better not get this one, or else my institution will want their money back, I think.
Okay, I think it's Michigan.
Yeah, I think it's Michigan too.
You guys are right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, good. Does that usually trip people up, Jonathan? Does it usually trip people up, that question, like when you throw a geography one in there?
You got the UP, that's where it borders Wisconsin.
Yeah, I think it really depends on like which state and where it is in the country, because usually I use these questions at Trivia Night after we do it here, and I think this is one that people will get.
Okay.
Oh, okay, good.
You know, when I first looked at it, I guessed Illinois, just off the top of my head, because that's where I grew up, and I went, wait a minute, we don't border Ohio. What am I thinking? So
see?
I had to think about it for a second.
It can be confusing.
Yes.
All right, so Brian is 3 for 3. What else is new?
Oh, stop.
I mean, come on, guys. All right, we have 2 more rounds of our trivia questions right after the break, so stay with us. All right, welcome back. We are playing Triad Trivia with local host Jonathan. He is standing by too. But first, we would love to let folks know where they can catch you throughout the week, throughout the Triad.
Yeah, so if you go on Facebook and look up Trivia Night Triad, our page there at the very top, there's a pinned post that has our full schedule of where we are, the times, the days, and all that stuff.
Terrific. All right, we are ready for question number 4. What do you got, Jonathan?
Which American president was the first to have been elected after being remarried?
And this is where it goes off the rails.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Anything with presidents is really hard for me.
Kind of run together after a while too. You want to take a shot at it, Audrey?
You first.
Okay, I'm going to go, Jonathan. I'm going to say Chester A. Arthur. for no reason.
Now, what in the world made you choose him?
Just picked a random president.
So what year was he president, Brian?
I haven't the slightest idea. Late 1800s, I'm going to say.
You're going way back.
I'm going way back,
Okay, throwback.
1880s,
I'm going to say,
maybe?
let's start up the question again, if we can.
Yeah, it's which American president was the first to have been elected after being remarried?
He's the first one to have been remarried. All right. Adams, one of the Adams president.
John Adams?
John Adams.
Okay.
I'll go with him.
Yeah, so it was actually Ronald Reagan.
Really?
I was going to say that.
You have to remember, like, divorce was pretty uncommon, like, until the 20th century, I think.
That's true.
But anyway, he was married to Jane Wyman before he was married to Nancy Reagan.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he was remarried. That's interesting.
Because it was a
Good question,
scandal. It was hush hush, maybe. All right, we have our 5th question, please, before we say goodbye.
Sure. And that one is a movie question. Before they were changed for the movie, what color were Dorothy's slippers in The Wizard of Oz?
I'm going to guess yellow.
You know what, I was going to say gold because I figured they would blend in with a yellow brick road, maybe, and they said, no, it's not going to work for television, so let's change into ruby. So, yeah, I was thinking gold slippers.
That's a really good guess, but it was actually silver. Because you have to think, like, back then movies were in black and white, but then when they were making, this was one of the first color movies, so they wanted to make it red to, like, really show off the Technicolor.
Sure.
I think you can see those in Smithsonian, actually.
Okay. Thanks, Jonathan. Great questions today.
Yeah, those were awesome. We like that. Always to see you on our show, Jonathan. Thanks so much, everyone at home, for joining us for another week of The Local Vibe. We always appreciate your time. Have a wonderful and safe weekend.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Time to go.
All right, see ya. Bye.